Good afternoon and welcome to Lariat TV News Today. I'm Bailey Bramer.
And I'm Christy Soto. Thanks for joining us. A lawsuit was filed Thursday in regards to an alleged rape at an off-campus Phi Delta Theta fraternity party in March 2016. The suit claims the fraternity was negligent in its distribution of alcohol and its handling of sexual assault. The lawsuit claims the fraternity, 6 of its officers at the time, and the owner of the house were negligent in allowing the distribution of alcohol and the handling of the sexual assault incident. The suit also names former Baylor student Jacob Walter Anderson, who was president of the fraternity at that time. Anderson was indicted in May 2016 on 4 counts of sexual assault related to the events at the party, and he is now awaiting a trial. Phi Delta Theta suspended its Baylor chapter and removed Anderson after the incident. The National Fraternity Chapter responded to the incident in 2016, saying it stands with victims of sexual assault and does not condone or tolerate acts of sexual violence against women.
The historic Waco Suspension Bridge will be temporarily closed for renovations throughout the month. On Tuesday, the Waco City Council voted and approved a plan to spend $5.5 million to restore the bridge. The project will begin next year. They are planning on replacing the wooden decking with waterproof material, reinforcing the anchors, and replacing all steel cables. The bridge was first built in 1870 and was first to span the Brazos River, allowing a safer crossing for cattle drives.
Baylor Student Senate is reviewing a bill that would allow for diverse religious groups on campus. Currently, non-Christian groups cannot become university-sanctioned organizations. The bill was put forward by Abdullah Ghali, who is a Muslim student, and said he has been advocating for this issue since his freshman year. The bill's sponsor, Susie Tack, said the bill would make Baylor more accommodating as it actively recruits people of other faiths. The bill also points to Baylor's faith statement and how the Bible refers to the inclusion of non-Christian individuals. Ghali and Tack said they expect a decision by the end of the semester.
A Baylor professor has written a book that can help you learn about how to speak up about work issues in the workplace and still keep your job. It's titled Public Relations Ethics. Senior PR pros tell us how to speak up and keep your job. LTVN's Meredith Aldis tells us more.
The researcher Dr. Marlene Neal found while researching for her newly published book that addressing ethical concerns can cost some companies millions. She believes the #MeToo movement can benefit from the techniques she found.
So you don't always have to just come out and say this is wrong, we can't be doing this. What you can do is you can do research to see how other organizations have handled issues in the past, as well as looking for specific case studies in that area. You also can refer to how the decision aligns or doesn't align with the organization's own core values. And then there's things such as you mentioned, having allies join you. So there's definitely a lot of different techniques, and you get to decide what are the appropriate ones for each situation.
Dr. Neal hopes more people can come forward with issues in the future.
Unfortunately, there were so many stories where people told about actually speaking up and instead faced retaliation or continued to see the same issues in their organization.
For in-depth interviews with 58 senior executives, check out her book. For Lariat TV News, I'm Meredith Aldis.
Baylor Law School is hosting its annual People's Law School this Saturday to educate Central Texas residents on their legal rights.
The idea is that we would provide basic information about things that lay people would be interested in, and so the courses are designed to either help them in their personal lives or with respect to their business lives, or to simply provide information about things that are happening in the news so that when they talk about it, they have a foundation of knowledge to add to the conversation.
There are more than a dozen class topics, including one on landlord-tenant rights. The event will be at the Baylor Law School on University Parks Drive. Attendees are encouraged to register in advance on the Baylor Law School website, but walk-ins are welcome. Registration begins at 8:30 a.m. and attendees can choose up to 3 classes to attend. This will be the 13th year Baylor Law School has hosted the People's Law School, and all sessions are free.
How much coffee do you drink, Christy?
Not enough. A study shows that millennials drink more coffee than other generations. The details when we come back.
It's not just a school to me, it's home.
Everyone's there to help you and to see you succeed.
Challenging.
You're
like, I'm here, I can do this.
Friends.
Friendship.
Relationships.
There's people that know you and people that are there for you around every corner.
It's the shared experience. Rigorous. Growth.
Transformative.
Tradition.
Faith.
Faith.
I've loved every second of it. It's family.
It's home.
It's Baylor.
Singer and educator Dr. Tammy Kernodle uses her talent to share stories about influential people from the civil rights era. Thursday night, hundreds of people heard her perform on campus, and LTVN's Meredith Aldis was there.
To kick off Black History Month, Dr. Tammy Kernodle, a professor at Miami University, performed in Baylor's Bennett Auditorium.
Black History Month for me is an amplified celebration of every day.
Dr. Tammy Kernodle took the audience on a freedom ride and illustrated through words and song how the civil rights era has influenced music for the past 100 years. She performed songs representing the voices of Harriet Tubman, Billie Holiday, Fannie Lou Hamer, Nina Simone, and the Staple Singers.
Many young people who I was talking to, they said it inspired them to think about the power of their voice. These are all simple women who just use their voice.
She plans to continue to inspire people to use their voice and be a part of the change in the world. Reporting for Lariat TV News Today, I'm Meredith Aldis.
48% of 18 to 24-year-olds in the United States consume coffee on a daily basis, and the effects have caught the attention of Stan Wilfong, a lecturer in Baylor's Robbins College of Health and Human Sciences. Wilfong is not opposed to the consumption of coffee and believes that coffee drinking in moderation does have positive effects on a person's body. Moderation is the key. Wilfong said a misuse in coffee consumption can lead to disrupted sleep patterns and could eventually cause gastrointestinal illness. If you're a coffee lover but your sleep is being affected, regular exercise or reading a book at night may help you out.
Baylor Theater debuted its production of Anna Karenina Tuesday night at the Maybe Theater in Baylor's Hooper Schaefer Fine Arts Building. Anna Karenina tells the story of a Russian countess and the love affairs that surround her life. Baylor grad student Josh Horowitz directed the play for his Masters of Fine Art thesis. The cast and crew said working on Anna Karenina has been an exciting process. The show will be performed tonight and tomorrow night.
LTVN sports reporter Elizabeth Tharp met one of Baylor's most enthusiastic sports fans earlier this week. While many might not know him by name, they can usually spot the big green foam hat he wears to every Baylor home sporting event here.
This guy look familiar to you? He is the game day chair of the leadership team in the Bear Pit and has been to almost every home game to cheer on his favorite Bears since his freshman year.
I'm Hayden Johnson, and I'm a senior from Port Orchard, Washington.
Wonder how he makes it to every home game while being a full-time student? Johnson said it's all about time management.
So I spend a certain amount of hours on class, and then I use any sporting event to kind of take a reprieve from class and spend some time with friends and just have fun.
Johnson said he likes all the sports at Baylor because they're all enjoyable in their own special way. But who's his favorite sports team at Baylor?
Oh, you're going to make me say that? Probably the women's basketball team, because they're always just so good. And then whenever Texas comes to town, it's really, it's going to be an exciting game.
Johnson said his favorite thing about being part of the Bear Pit is using his energy and passion to affect the game and encouraging other students to do the same.
It's fun to see, our effect and what we can have on the team, whether it be score or explosiveness on the court.
Johnson said any Baylor student can be a part of the Bear Pit, but if you'd like to join the leadership team, then be sure to follow at Baylor Bear Pit on Twitter for updates on when applications are available.
I'd definitely like to encourage other students to come out and be a part of the Bear Pit.
And Johnson is also known for the big green foam hat he wears to every game, and I got to try it on.
Oh yeah, I think it fits pretty good.
Yeah, it doesn't look too bad.
Not too bad, good.
For Lariat TV News Today, this is Elizabeth Tharp reporting.
Bailey, I've known him since freshman year, and honestly, he hasn't changed.
I don't know how he's going to decide which sporting events to go to this weekend since we've got such a packed schedule.
We're just going to have to wait and find out. Branson Hardcastle has the details when we come back.
It's not just it's home.
Home.
Everyone's there to help you and to see you succeed.
Challenging.
Challenging.
You're like, I'm here, I can do this.
Friends.
Friendship.
Relationships.
There's people that know you and people that are there for you around every corner.
It's the shared experience. Rigorous.
growth.
Transformative.
Tradition.
Tradition.
Faith.
Faith.
I've loved every second of it. It's family.
It's home.
It's Baylor.
This is a big weekend for Baylor sports as 9 teams have games, meets, and matches here in Waco and around the U.S. Today, the softball team is opening their season here in Waco at 6 p.m. against Northwestern State and will face off against the Demons 2 more times tomorrow at 2 and 4:30 p.m. Also on Saturday, the 7th-ranked equestrian team is hosting Big 12 rival TCU. This is a huge meet for Baylor as TCU is ranked 6th. Their last meeting came down to the wire with Baylor edging the Horned Frogs to get the win. The two will face off at the Willis Family Equestrian Center at 10 a.m. Men's basketball will look to continue their winning streak as they take on the 10th-ranked Kansas Jayhawks Saturday at 1 p.m. at the Farrell Center. The Bears lost to Kansas by 3 points in their first matchup this season and have lost 11 straight games to the Jayhawks. Senior point guard Manu Lecomte has been on fire the past 3 matchups, scoring 20 points a game. The Bears will look to Lecomte to lead them past the Jayhawks on Saturday. The 3rd-ranked Lady Bears will be finishing off a 2-game homestand by hosting 24th-ranked TCU at 7 p.m. tomorrow. The Atlanta Tip-Off Club announced yesterday Baylor recruits Akira DaCosta and Alyssa Smith are semifinalists for the 2018 Naismith National Girls High School Player of the Year Award. The two are also being recognized as McDonald's All-Americans and were named to the Naismith Trophy Mid-Season Girls Basketball Watch List this year. At 11 a.m. Saturday, the 12th-ranked men's tennis team will face Purdue and then will go up against USF on Sunday at 1 p.m. here in Waco. The Bears are 4-1 this season and have notched one win against a top 25 team in Florida State. But the Bears are looking to bounce back after their first loss of the season last Sunday against Ole Miss. The 16th-ranked women's tennis team will be matching up against Tulsa on Saturday at 3 p.m. and face UCF on Sunday as well at 4 p.m. The 2-2 Lady Bears are also looking to bounce back after a tough 4-1 loss to Kentucky on Sunday. The number 1 acrobatics and tumbling team is on the road, competing against the 11th-ranked Concordia in Wisconsin at 7 p.m. tomorrow. Yesterday was a big day for junior A&T member Kaylee Adams, who was named NCATA Specialist of the Week. This is the first time ever that anyone has received the award, as it was established this season to recognize a student-athlete who participated in 9 or fewer heats, but performed well in her specialized discipline. And that's sports.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week.